What do you look for in a mag pouch? It's a loaded question, right? Because it's already a full-time job trying to figure out where to start when you look out there into the market to find a product that fits you, right? The product that works around you so you don't have to work around it. Well, what did we do? We just added more to the market, right? So what I want to do in this video is make it less confusing and try to talk about what are the things that maybe I personally look for when I'm choosing a piece of equipment and why, right? So when it comes to mag pouches, and here's our new single pistol, double pistol, and our single rifle mag pouch, which I'll talk about in depth here in a minute. But the principle, right, not methods come from principle, of why we developed this way is a few things. Number one, speed and efficiency, right? Because when time is life, meaning when a moment chooses me, I don't get to choose it, my stuff better work for me, okay? And when we're looking at the speed aspect, it's almost like it's still an argument. Like, you know, you shouldn't really just focus on speed. You know, you shouldn't just really focus on accuracy, just to give two examples. Yeah, you should focus on both of them and both equally. Because like the old saying from Wyatt Earp, you know, speed is fine, but accuracy is final. Well, if you lack the speed to deliver the accuracy in a gunfight, what's the point of being there in the first place? Because when you're in a gunfight, things happen extremely fast. Even if it's an easy gunfight, it happens extremely fast in your mind. It happens extremely fast in your body. Lots of things start happening to where I don't want to have to consciously do anything. I want this to be a subconscious motor cortex driven thing. So we have to put the science behind humans, into product development. So the first thing is, yes, can we make a pouch that can offer me maximum speed and efficiency, but also still offer maximum retention? And also the third thing that I look for is it clean? All right, does it have a bunch of shock cord and Velcro and all kinds of stuff on it? I don't want that personally in a product choice for myself. So that's what led us to fixing a lot of those shortcomings and performance gaps that we've encountered for the last 20 years. I mean, I've been doing this for 27 years now. And so I've broken more pouches, I've torn more things, I've spent more of my own personal money than I could even possibly imagine, which is why we do what we do here at Haley Strategic, is to try to prevent you from dealing with those failures. So with that, why do we and how do we develop a pouch, right? So starting with our single rifle mag pouch, I want to talk about speed and efficiency. Well, how does it create speed and efficiency? Well, number one, because of the design. And not only does it create speed and efficiency with the design with just like a standard M4 mag, it's also going to allow you to use 308 mags and 5.45 and 7.62x39 mags and still have an ability for speed. The second thing is retention. So the retention aspect, yes, there's a lot of different things on the market, from bungees and injection molded different types of materials and TPUs to Kydex that's heated and shaped inside of it. We don't do that. We use MP2s, which have been around in our chest rig line for many, many years. And the MP2 is an injection molded insert that goes down inside of your pouch. And as you put your magazine in, you'll hear it literally click in. So how does it click in? And if you take the bottom of the single rifle mag pouch, the MP2 comes out. Now I can use it for other products as well, which I'll show you in a second. The MP2, injection molded, and you can see how it clicks right in on the index point, okay? Now it'll also work with other mags as well. So if I took the biggest mag first I can find, this thick X-Tac magazine, that works. Bakelights, 5.45. You see I haven't touched or done anything to this pouch yet. M110 standard mags. P-Mag, Lancer. And then I can also take and put maybe my phone. If I got an EUD or an end user device, as they call it now in the military, you can stuff your phone down in there. The other thing you could do with this pouch once the MP2 is out, you can turn it into a radio pouch if you want to. So now I can take and put like a Motorola or Yaesu or some of the other popular little radios on the market. So I'll fit it, put my extruded hook back in, from a radio in there, and then you can use the bungee retention that comes with the pouch. Now, a lot of people say, well, why did you guys put bungee retention on a mag pouch? Yeah, I don't use them. I take them off. As you can see, this is my personal belt here, and that's how I run it. The reason why we do have to put those on there is for military requirements. So a lot of units that are airborne qualified or helicopter, assault type companies, amphibious, riding in boats. A lot of times you might need a little bit more retention for some of those more dynamic or disruptive environments. So that's why it comes on there. But it's just overhand knotted. If you don't want it, you take it right off. It's good to go. The construction of the pouch itself, guys, that when we're thinking about how do we make this, again, efficient, how do we make it retain, and then how do we keep it clean, right? So by keeping it clean, we decided to use squadron laminates, which is a 500D and 1000D Cordura material, like backpacks and stuff are made out of our chest rigs, and then it's laminated into one sheet. So there's less layers that we're trying to sew through. So there's less time involved in the manufacturing process as well. Also, we use a heavy woven elastic on the sides instead of the cheaper knitted elastics, which a lot of companies tend to use. And you can tell the difference because when you stretch it, it almost like turns white, like an old pair of Fruit of the Loom underwear or something. And then they're going to tear easier. Heavy woven elastic is going to last much longer. It's going to maintain a better shape and form on the pouch itself. And again, assist in that retention. The backside is laser cut squadron in 1/2 inch increments. Okay, now this is a little bit new. A lot of people haven't seen this happening in our industry too much, but I like using the 1/2 inch increments because especially if I'm running like our 2-inch belts here, which are coming out soon. I know you guys are gonna ask, but yes, it's on the way. It's not a 1 3/4 inch belt because 1 3/4 on a 1-inch molly poses some attachment issues at times, and you kind of sometimes have to jerry rig it. So if you're using a good belt, like a 2-inch belt, this 1/2 inch increment is going to work perfectly, and you can stack them now. So you can move your pouch up or down slightly if you need to get a little bit more clearance on a plate carrier, or maybe you got breeching material on or tools, and you need to lower that pouch slightly. You're riding a vehicle a lot of the time, so you want to get that pouch, 1 or 2 steps lower so it doesn't sit there and dig on your plate carrier the whole time. You got to move your magazine out of the way, so you don't want to do that. You want your product to work around you, so you don't have to work around it. So that's why we put that in there. As far as mounting it, well, we decided to go back traditional. Let's stick with the standard molly straps. I know there's a lot of companies out there that are using special proprietary clips and things like that. Unfortunately, I've tried them. I was really hoping that they would work. I've broken all of them. And even just training, I've broke them. And that's not where I want to rely on a product that starts cracking, breaking, and then my life support equipment is what I consider a mag pouch to come off my body. Okay, that's a bad thing. So we use this 1-inch slits on the back. It's always good to have a pair of needle nose or something around if you need to weave it in. It makes it a little bit easier. You don't need to, but yeah, we want it to be snug. We want it to be super tight on the belt. We don't want that thing to move or budge at all. So that's why we went much more traditional and tighter on the back side of the pouch. All right, as far as the pistol mag pouches, we have a single and a double. Now they're basically the same exact construction as the single rifle pouch, but we don't have the MP2 inside of them, obviously. So we ended up doing a lot of research on materials, and we found a material that I've never seen used in our space before, and it's called Slipknot dot. It's like a rubber texture. It's little dots on it that actually retain the magazine very well, especially a metal magazine because it kind of sticks to the inside. So if your elastic, again, heavy woven elastic, starts to expand over time, because all elastic, everything material eventually expands or breaks, okay? So we want to, again, try to make that last as long as possible so you don't have to keep coming back to us, number one. Number two is we also, when that do get a little bit looser, you still have that extra retention on the inside. Also on the inside is a small little rare earth magnet. Now what that helps with is the retention of, well, 1911 mags, as you can see here. These are brand new pouches right out of the bag, and you can hear that that stickiness in there. That will also break in over time, and they don't make any noise once you start breaking them in, okay? So we want that pouch to be a little more snug when we designed it. That way it lasts longer. A little bit of dry practice, hit the range once or twice, you'll start to feel them out and they'll start to break in. But yeah, you can put everything from any type of metal mag, from 320s or from SIG mags to B&T mags to Glock mags. And even the Glock has the little metal insert on there, so that magnet's also still retaining against that as well. Gerber tools. Any type of multi-tool slides down in there and also can be retained with the bungee if you want, or just keep it like that. Flashlights, as you can see over here, we've got a Surefire 6PX flashlight. You can stuff that down in there as well. You need a flashlight pouch, and pretty much anything that you can think of that'll fit in that type of diameter pouch and that size will work. And lastly, you can run, of course, a extended Glock mag for your pistol caliber carbines or your subguns. Not your traditional length SMG mag pouch, but I'll tell you what, it holds extremely well, even up to mags like this. There's a Vichas from Kalashnikov that you can stuff down in there as well, so those work. Some of your MPX mags that have the bigger bases on them, or the fatter heads where the follower is, obviously it's not going to fit. But for those other types of mags, it does. So guys, that's pretty much it on the pouches themselves. But the biggest thing I want you to take away from this video is not anything about our stuff, right? I'm not trying to sell you on a product. I'm trying to sell you on a principle, right? Because that's the most important thing when you're looking for a piece of gear. Is it going to work? And so for, again, mag pouches, speed and efficiency, retention, and of course the aesthetics aspect that prevents any type of snag hazards or something that you're going to have to mess with and constantly adjust and tighten over time. When the moment chooses you, you don't get to choose it. Make sure your equipment works around you so you don't have to work around it. Guys, thank you very much for joining me. I'm Travis Haley. Stay sharp and be safe.